Dear friends, welcome to another episode of Military Ops. In this video, I'll answer a frequently asked question when it comes to modern fighter aviation. Why was the production of the F-22 Raptor discontinued? If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any updates. The 1970s and early 1980s marked one of the most fertile periods for the development of new fighter aircraft. During this time, the Soviet Union designed and began production of 5 advanced aircraft for their era, including the standout MiG-23 with variable sweep wings and the MiG-31, which still holds the title of the fastest interceptor in the world. However, the aircraft that truly unsettled the Western Bloc were the MiG-29 and the Sukhoi Su-27, fighters initially designed specifically for air superiority missions. With the Soviets designing and launching so many new aircraft, the United States faced the risk of losing its technological edge. To prevent this, the ATF program, short for Advanced Tactical Fighter, was launched in the early 1980s. The goal of this program was to develop a fighter aircraft capable of achieving air superiority and surpassing the new Soviet Su-27 and MiG-29. Additionally, the aircraft needed to feature stealth capabilities to evade detection by the Beriev A-50, a Soviet airborne early warning and control system equipped with highly advanced radars for the time. To streamline and accelerate development, all major American aerospace companies were invited to participate, including Northrop, McDonnell, Rockwell, Grumman, General Dynamics, Boeing, and Lockheed. Each company presented designs and concepts for the ATF program. The proposals from Lockheed and Northrop captured the attention of the U.S. Air Force, with each company being tasked in 1986 to produce prototypes of their projects for comparison and evaluation. In 1990, Lockheed produced the YF-22, while Northrop unveiled the YF-23. Over the course of 5 months, both aircraft underwent an extensive and rigorous series of tests. The YF-23 demonstrated superior stealth and speed, but the YF-22 proved to be more agile, a critical characteristic for air superiority missions. As a result, despite both fighters exceeding the program's requirements, the YF-22 was selected. Thus, in the 1990s, the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor was born, designated as the F-22A. In 2005, when it was officially introduced into the U.S. Air Force, it became the world's first stealth fighter, marking the advent of the 5th generation of fighter aircraft. The F-22 Raptor incorporated an extensive list of technological innovations, setting a new standard for modern combat aviation. Starting with its avionics, the new fighter was equipped with the ANAPG-77 Active Electronically Scanned Array AES-EA radar, boasting an impressive range of 300 miles. To put this into perspective, an F-22 flying over downtown Boston could accurately track any aircraft flying over downtown Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When it debuted in 2005, the F-22 was equipped with the fastest computer ever installed in a fighter aircraft, capable of processing over 10 billion instructions per second. This immense processing power allowed it to handle the vast amounts of data collected by its various sensors, compile everything, and present it to the pilot in a user-friendly way, avoiding unnecessary information overload. Another standout feature is the ALR-94. The most complex piece of equipment on the F-22, dedicated to electronic warfare. This system integrates over 30 antennas distributed across the wings and throughout the aircraft's fuselage. The materials used in the aircraft's construction are, unsurprisingly, highly classified to maintain its stealth capabilities. All missiles and bombs must be carried internally, which limits the amount of armament it can transport. For a typical air superiority mission, the F-22 can carry a maximum of 6 AIM-120 medium-range missiles and 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders for short-range engagements. Although speed was not its primary objective, the F-22 is exceptionally fast, reaching up to 1,500 miles per hour at high altitude and approximately 620 miles at sea level. The aircraft also holds the record for speed in supercruise mode, nearly 1,250 miles per hour. In other words, without engaging afterburners, the F-22 can fly at almost twice the speed of sound, something truly unique in the world of fighter aviation. Thanks to the thrust vectoring capability of its engines, which allows thrust to be directed vertically, the fighter can perform maneuvers that are impossible with conventional aerodynamic surfaces alone, making it significantly more maneuverable. When it was introduced in 2005, it was by far and without question the most technologically advanced aircraft in the world. The initial production goal for the F-22 was very ambitious, with the United States planning to produce 750 fighters. However, as the ATF program progressed, that number was gradually reduced. By 2005, when the F-22 was officially introduced, the final production count had dropped to just 183 units. But why was there such a drastic reduction? And why have the United States never reopened the production line for this highly advanced aircraft? The first major reason was undeniably the cost. Production, maintenance, and operational expenses combined. In total, considering all expenditures on the development of the technologies used in the F-22, the program cost nearly $68 billion, translating to approximately $360 million per aircraft for the 187 produced, making it the most expensive fighter in history. Maintenance costs were also exorbitant, with the F-22 requiring an exhaustive 3-week maintenance cycle every 300 flight hours. Speaking of flight hours, the operational cost per flight hour for the F-22 is one of the highest in the world, averaging around $55,000. Additionally, because the U.S. Congress prohibited the export of the F-22 due to its cutting-edge technologies, the cost could not be offset through potential foreign sales, making the aircraft even more economically unviable. This restriction was a key factor in the design philosophy of the F-35, which was conceived from the outset as a multinational fighter to avoid a repeat of this financial challenge. Another critical reason for the cancellation of F-22 production was the lack of a worthy adversary. As I mentioned earlier, when the ATF program began, the United States was alarmed by the sheer number and rapid pace of new Soviet fighter aircraft developments. At that time, they didn't fully understand the characteristics and capabilities of these Soviet fighters. In other words, the Pentagon commissioned the development of a highly advanced fighter to counter Soviet aircraft that, in the end, weren't as advanced as initially suspected. As a result, it was simpler and more cost-effective to counter those fighters with much cheaper aircraft, like the F-15E Strike Eagle and more advanced versions of the F-16, rather than building a massive fleet of extremely expensive fighters like the F-22. Today, in 2025, nearly 20 years after its official introduction, the F-22 remains the most advanced air superiority fighter in the world. To this day, no other fighter anywhere in the world can match it on the battlefield. Stay updated with military news and developments by subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment, and see you in the next video.